The province also made a decision to get completely out of coal-fired generation for the health of our environment as well as the citizens of this province. Coal-fired generation has traditionally accounted for about 20% of our electricity supply, and we're going to be completely out of it by the end of 2014. This is the single largest climate change initiative that's underway in North America over the next few years. And as far as we know, we are the only jurisdiction that is getting rid of coal altogether as a source of electricity generation. The Green Energy Act and the Feed-in Tariff Program are really going to help us replace this supply with cleaner and greener sources. And the Act positions Ontario to be a North American leader in green energy, whether that's wind, water, bioenergy, or obviously solar. And our Feed-in Tariff Program is really the cornerstone of the province's renewable energy plan. To put this in some sort of context, we currently have in the neighborhood or so of about 35,000 megawatts of installed capacity. We have contracts for about 1,800 megawatts of renewable power already, and this doesn't include what we expect to bring into contract under the Feed-in Tariff Program. The Feed-in Tariff Program essentially opens the door to those wanting to invest in renewable energy projects in Ontario in a way that is much simpler and more certain than it was before. It offers developers and entrepreneurs guaranteed incentives to invest in projects. Our prices are designed to cover capital, operating and maintenance, connection costs, and also a reasonable rate of return. It's an open-ended program. We don't have any limits on it. Projects have the right to connect. If a project is economic to connect, it's going to be connected. And also, it's going to be easier for developers to build their projects. We've streamlined the upstream approvals process, including environmental approvals. The Feed-in Tariff Program also offers ownership opportunities, not just for the private sector, but for many other groups. Special funding is available to encourage municipalities, Aboriginal groups, as well as community groups to become involved in renewable energy projects. And on that note, I'd also like to mention that not only is the Power Authority working closely with today's developers, but we were also working to ensure the viability of a strong solar industry and a strong future for the solar industry in this province. And to that end, we've been investing hundreds of thousands of dollars in research money as well for developers and universities through our Technology Development Fund. So a little bit about solar projects under RESOP, which was the precursor to FIT. We certainly saw significant interest from the solar industry under our previous standard offer program. And some of those who got in early under that program were perhaps a little taken by surprise by the new regime that's coming in under the FIT program. The FIT regime has different prices, but it also has different requirements. As many of you are well aware, it has domestic content requirements, for example, that ensure that at least 50% of the cost of solar projects larger than 10 kilowatts will come from Ontario goods and labor, a figure that will increase to 60% starting in 2011. Clearly, our goal is to drive green jobs and build the foundation for a manufacturing industry in Canada and as well homegrown expertise. And we certainly got lots of feedback from the early adopters, and after much discussion, I think we've managed to work things out. Those proponents were all offered a one-year contract extension, and the vast majority of them chose to take advantage of it. Of about 520 megawatts of solar projects under RESOP, close to 400 of them have opted for this contract extension, and that's really good news for ensuring that those projects are going to be built. So on to the question that really is on everybody's mind, or at least some of you, I'm sure, yeah, but when do I actually get my contract? As many of you know, we just wrapped up our launch phase of our new program, and we're moving into the contracting stage for those initial applications. The response has been phenomenal. I don't know how many of you have heard about some of the numbers that have come in, but we've received over 2,000 applications, split relatively evenly between the microfit program and the FIT program. The microfit program being the one that's for projects that are 10 kilowatts and less. It's really a great indication of the tremendous interest in the program, which we were very excited about. I was sort of toying with the idea of going for a show of hands to see how many people have actually put in an application as a demonstration of visible proof. But I think what you'll see is that we're continuing to sift through the applications. We're actually going to be in a better position next week to come out with some very specific numbers about where we're at. What I can say is that solar projects represent a really good portion of those applications. We got applications in across the board, all project sizes, all fuel types, from community groups, Aboriginal groups as well, and we're really excited about where we're at. During these early days, we're going to be interested in the projects that are the most shovel-ready. The fact that the early response has been even stronger than we anticipated means that it's probably going to take us well into the new year to work our way through the FIT applications, assessing them for completeness, shovel readiness, and system capacity. For our microfit program, we're anticipating that we're actually going to be able to start offering conditional offers as of next week. So in case you're wondering why there aren't a few more OPA people here, they're all back at the ranch sifting through the electronic applications. We have one room that's just full of the paper part of those applications, and we're really working great guns at it. Of course, there's no point in bringing new green energy onto the grid without an acknowledgement that we seriously need to rejuvenate our transmission system while we're at it. In early October, the government announced that the provincial transmission network is going to see a $2.3 billion expansion over the next 3 years. This is going to unlock significant potential for greener, cleaner electricity all over the province. And where there's critical mass, we're going to be building out the transmission system in every new phase of our renewables program. It's been a very exciting and a very busy time to be in the electricity sector, and we certainly expect that it's going to continue to be busy for the next while as we implement the FIT program. FIT was designed with extensive stakeholder participation. Many of you participated in our weekly day-long sessions, and I think you would agree that we really did take that feedback to heart. We really did listen. We responded to your concerns. With this industry, for example, we took out the automatic price digression for solar that was built into our original tariff schedule. So, Elizabeth, I think we have got it right here in Ontario, and what remains to be seen is all of you folks in this room taking it to the next level and turning it into a reality with us. We will be reviewing the programming and the pricing as we move along. The program will continue to evolve, and it always is a balancing act. We need to weigh our environmental goals against the need for a reliable and sustainable electricity system for the future of this province. And these goals also have to be balanced against ratepayer considerations. Cost-effective electricity is important to all of us. We're mindful that the solar industry is interested in long-term stability of renewable energy policy, and we're going to continue to work with you. Ontario really does have a lot to offer right now, whether you're a developer, a manufacturer, or as well, whether you're a lender. And it's a great time to be investing here, and I'll say again, if you haven't already set up shop here in one way or another, you really should be seriously considering doing so. It's an incredible time to be working in the electricity sector. As a Canadian, at this time of year, I'm used to paying someone to take me to the sun. Now I get to be in the enviable position of being in a job where we get to pay people to bring it to us. We believe in the solar industry, and we think that it has a real key role to play in Ontario's future, and we're looking forward to working with you every step of the way to build an industry that will be a showcase to the world. Thank you, everybody.